Hey, welcome back, guys. We're going to be switching up how we do our videos. Some of these recipes that I have take longer than the time allotted for shorts, so we're going to be doing more videos, and then I'll just give you glimpses in the shorts of what the recipe's about. Still getting used to filming this way. So our first recipe for our new video style is going to be a Tonkatsu Bowl with some rice, some cabbage, some tonkatsu sauce. So let's get started. We're also going to be knocking out 2 meals with 1 main ingredient. We're going to be using pork loin, so we're also going to prep for a meal for another day using pork loin. I love shopping at Costco because if you have a larger family, you can buy in bulk. Costco is great if you have if you need bulk purchases, but not so great if you need 1 or 2 items. Yeah, so we're going to use some pork loin. We're going to make some lemongrass pork for another dinner, and then we're going to make Tonkatsu Bowl tonight. So let's get started. All right, so ingredients that we're using today, we got our slice of pork loin, Korean frying mix, using some soy glaze, panko, we got our Korean cabbage, using 1 carrot, and some eggs for our batter mix. So we're gonna flatten out some of our pork loin here. Not only does it allow it to cook faster, but it gives you a larger surface area. All right, so this is a pro tip to flatten out your pork loins. You want to get a piece of saran wrap and cover your loins. So when you hit it with your mallet, this is a Korean mallet, but if you have one of those metal mallets, you can use that too. But what you want to do, so it doesn't splatter everywhere, and this helps prevent that from splattering, just give it a nice pounding. And have fun while you're cooking too. And you get to release some of your frustration. So here, what we're gonna do essentially is set up an assembly line. We're gonna have our frying powder, our eggs, and then our panko. We're gonna get that ready. That way, you take your pork loin, dip, 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 and you stick it in the fire. So we're gonna use 3 eggs. Give that a nice mix. And we're gonna lay down some frying powder. Pour in your panko. So we're gonna take one of our pork loins, dip it in the frying powder, get it nicely coated, stick it in the egg wash, and then in the panko. And there you have it. All right, and here we have our katsu cutlets. All right, so earlier I mentioned that we can make 2 dishes, 2 dinners out of 1 meat dish. The Costco tenderloin pack that you can get like 12 tenderloins in. So I use 6 and cut those in half for the tonkatsu, and the other half I have in here. And what we're gonna do is make a lemongrass barbecue pork cubes that we can cook up for another dinner later this week. So let's get started with that. All right, so we're using barbecue lemongrass bouillon cubes. They come like this. I actually did a saute video marinating it with these. So we're gonna go ahead and break these down in some warm water. So I got the bouillon cubes sitting in some warm water, and we're gonna let that go and break down. While that's happening, this is lemongrass. So if you're unfamiliar with lemongrass, it looks like this. It's a stalk. I cut the ends off, the top part off. So this has a very citrusy flavor. So it's used in a lot of like Southeast Asian cooking in Malaysia, Thailand, places like that, Cambodia. And we're not gonna do too much to it. What we're gonna do is just open it up to release those flavors and just set it in the meat and let that marinate in there with the liquid mixture we're gonna add in. Oh man, so here's our broken down bouillon cubes. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells wonderful. So what we're gonna do is just pour this right over the meat mixture. We're gonna add a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, and just a little bit of hoisin sauce to give it that deeper barbecue flavor. Then we're gonna give that a nice mix. And then we're gonna stick this into our container here. Stick it in the fridge and you're good to go when you're ready to eat. right, so we're gonna make a quick cabbage slaw that goes into our tonkatsu bowl. We got some Korean cabbage here. We're just gonna cut that in half. And then we're gonna give it nice thin slices, just super thin. So you should get like super thin slices like this. All right, I'm gonna stick that into our bowl here. And then next we're gonna take our carrot, cut that in half. I'm gonna take our peeler and then you have super thin carrot slices that we're just gonna stick in like so. All right, there you have it. And then what we're gonna do is just mix some mayonnaise and ketchup and then just drizzle that right over the top. That's what we do in Korea. All right, we're gonna heat up our oil and then get our katsus in the oil. Got our beautiful pork cutlets. And we're gonna cook these until they're golden brown. And you wanna keep an eye out on it because they do cook fairly quickly. And then a good tip is when you're frying things, don't overload the fryer or the pan because it's gonna reduce that heat quite a bit. You won't get that nice fry on your food as you would if you had less items in here. I need you to help me mix it. Good job.
Wet and brown.
Yep. Look at that. Perfectly cooked. All right, that took about 10 minutes and we're finished with all of them. So look at that. Super crispy. We're gonna let these cool down for a little bit, slice these up, and then get our bowl ready. All right, we're gonna get our katsu sliced up. Got a bowl of rice here. All right, we're gonna add a little furikake on the rice, like so. And we're gonna add our katsu, Add some of the chopped cabbage and carrots, sliced carrots. A little bit of katsu sauce. A little bit of that ketchup and mayonnaise dressing. Yes, sesame seeds. And there you have it, Tonkatsu Bowl. All right, let's give it a try. Oh man, super crunchy, nice, tender and juicy. So good. All right, let's put the families together and have dinner. That thing's so crispy. Okay. What's the score? We got a couple more days of cooking and then we're gonna make our way down to the Outer Banks. So tomorrow we're gonna do some Korean style barbecue, Korean brisket barbecue. And then on Wednesday, we took that pork loin and marinated in some lemongrass barbecue sauce. So we're gonna cook those up with some steaks. All right, let's go. See you guys tomorrow.
What am I being recorded? Can you not?